Hello everybody, this is Carol from Friendly Quail. Today I'm starting a new project. I'm going to make a farm journal and I'm going to go through every step by step. I'm going to show you how to make the cover and then how I go through the process of picking papers and everything that I do. I'm just going to kind of take you step by step through the whole thing. So if you haven't made a hardcover journal before, this is good for you to watch, and any tips that you can get out of it. But let's get started. First of all, I'm going to talk about making the cover, and I use cardboard like this. I got a really good deal on 12 by 12s at Amazon, but it's very thin. And so I put 3 of them together. But if I put it together first, then it gets really hard to cut. And you can cut it with a scissors, but you can't cut it with with any type of cutter, like this anyway. Maybe a great big giant guillotine cutter, but I haven't got one of those. So what I do first is I cut each piece. Now I'm going to make a 9 by 6. So I'm going to take 9 inches and cut that off. Okay, and then I'm going to cut, whoops, this in half at 6 inches. So now I've got 2 at 6, and I have this. Now I'm going to make a spine of 2.5 inches, so I have to cut a 1/2 inch off of this. Well, I can cut it to 9 first, it might be easier, because that's the length of my book. A little extra piece. And I'm going to cut this to 2.5. There we go. Now I got 1 done, I have to do 2 more. First to 9. Then to 6. Take this down to 9. Oh, it's finally warming up in Florida again. It's actually nice out today. I put shorts on again. I've been wearing jeans and my 2.5. Okay. And I'm feeling sorry for all my friends up in Wisconsin and places like that that are having tons of snow. When I was a kid, I loved snow. We had a big field in the middle of the back of our block, and we sledded and tobogganed, and then we lived really close to an ice rink, and I used to do that. And you know, but then you grow up and you have to start driving in it, and then you have to shovel it, although my husband did most of that. But you know, it's just one of those things. It's pretty until you have to get out and work in it. It's always pretty at first before it gets to be dirty and brown and ucky. Okay, now I am going to just put this here. This is freezer paper, and so it's non-stick on this side. And I'm going to be gluing 3 of these together. And 3 of these together. Okay, let's start with one of these. Now, I do use art glitter glue. And I try to get a lot right by the edges. bunch on there before it gets dry. My art glitter glue, I'm going to have to refill this. It's gotten a little low, so it's taking a little bit more to flow it. Alright, and then put one right on top of it, and you want to make sure you get it as even as possible. And line it up. And I take a brayer and run it over to help get that together. Okay, we got two. Next one. And when I get doing something, sometimes I forget to talk. Not that I have a problem with talking. Okay. And the next one, line it up. I'm making a video, Rich. I'm making a video. My husband always comes in, talks without knowing where I am or what I'm doing. But I love him anyway. Well, sometimes in the morning before I've had my coffee, I ask him if he ever shuts up.
I'm sorry.
I know I didn't tell you. Because you were outside. Alright, I'm doing the other cover now. Do need to get the edges done really well done. Right. As long as you cut accurately, you get it pretty even. Just a tiny bit off, it's no biggie. Alright. I'm going to get the last big piece on. Now after you get this done, you have to let it really dry well before you go to the next step, but I have some other ones ready, so I'm going to be able to show you right away what to do next. First I have to finish gluing. I do like to make my own covers. Alright. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Mm. Surprised my cat isn't here bugging me, because usually when I'm working she wants to sit on me. That's a good thing that she's not here. Alright, one more. And then we'll be able to go to the next step. Alright, and there's our spine. The next step is going to be putting the cover together in one piece. So I like to leave a gap, and I do have a template that I got, and I put that in between. I line it up as best I can. Oops, it's moving. I'll put that. I'm using the line on my glass mat to line it up. Okay. Now I like to use Tyvek tape. I bought it. It's not cheap, but this roll is lasting me for a long time. It's really long. It's what they use in. It's in the shop area where you would buy home improvement things and that type of thing, because it's used in construction and that type of thing. Oh darn. Alright, so when I've got it nice and lined up, I lay this on like this. I'm going to do the other side right away. This stuff is really strong. Okay. And oops. Now, this is going to need to be put down into here a little bit. Use my template to push it down in there. This is your hinge. Okay, so that your book will turn like this. Alright, now I'm going to put some more on here. didn't get it quite long enough. Get that down in there. One more little piece. I lost my end. All right. Ooh. I've been cleaning in my sewing room, and I'm going to work on getting everything cleaned up so I can do a tour of my studio. It's a good reason to get it to get everything cleaned up. I love my place here, and I thought I'd share how I store things and that type of thing. Oh, I got a little end turned over here. And I'm kind of doing one side down first so that I can get this down into the middle. And this is the inside. I don't worry about that hinge going down into there, but on the outside I definitely need to do that. So now we've got our cover put together. Okay, now next step, covering it. I'm going to use this fabric here. I think I'm going to have to move this so I can cut this. Ooh, haven't looked under here for a while. Okay. What I do is I have cut this to the length already. And I am going to, I've got about an inch all the way around. Sorry, I forgot to get my rulers out. Okay. I'm going to lay this one on here so that I know where the inch is. And then I'm going to lay this one down. And put that kind of even up with that. All right. Ooh, bleeds not coming. Oh, no wonder that one wasn't working. That's mine for cutting paper. There we go. Okay, now we have our piece set, and this is how I'm going to put this together. I have a one that I use for glue or Mod Podge or whatever. This is a mixture of regular glue and water and mix it up a little bit. It hasn't been used for a while. Okay. And I got this idea from Grammy's Keepsakes. So what I'm going to do is one part at a time. And get that glue on. And I just put it all over nice and make sure I get it everywhere. Oops, I should have had this back on. Getting glue on the mat. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm going to get this kind of lined up. And then press that down. And there we are. Get that, whoops, get that down into there. Alright, and then I'm going to fold this back and do the rest. The glue doesn't work as good on the plastic tie back part, but I can usually get it to stick pretty good. And if necessary, I can always use Fabri-Tac. Just that this is so much easier. It's easy to get it nice and smooth using this method. Okay. Putting this down into the hinges makes it a lot easier to fold your pieces, or to fold your book. Okay, so that's that part. Now, I need a little more glue here. think I have this mixed about half and half, half water, half half glue. One reason I like to use this is because sometimes with Fabri-Tac you get, you can see where the glue is or it bleeds through, and this doesn't. This is denim, so, okay. I got about a couple minutes before it's going to cut me off. Okay, I have this tool from colorwaysart.com that I use to cut off my corners so that I can turn them better. And I'll probably have time to do one side. This lines up like this, and right with the edge of your book. Whoops, I cut through my paper probably. Oh, that was fun. So silly. Okay. And then you'll be able to glue this on. Do my short end first. And you got to get some glue right on that corner, because you're going to take it up like this. And what you do is you kind of push that down onto that corner. Alright. And I'll just do this little bit on the corner and then I'll end for today. Okay. I will be putting paper or something over it. Okay, so then this corner we're going to put down, and if you've done it right, you get a nice corner. Okay. So that's the corner, and you just keep going and you do the rest of it, and I'll come back with the next step in my next video. This is Carol from Friendly Quail. I'm glad you were here with me today. Thank you for coming, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Bye!